Rico Figliolini with Mighty Rockets Digital Marketing and the publisher of the Petrie Corner magazine. Hey Rico, how you doing today?
Hey, Karl. Very good. Hope you guys are
Good,
well.
good, good. We're doing well. It's Friday, so we're getting into the weekend, and we have a bonus episode of the podcast today. But first, why don't we introduce our sponsors?
Sure. So, our lead sponsor is Hargray Fiber. Hargray Fiber is a large Southeast company providing fiber optic solutions to small businesses and large enterprise businesses, as well as bundle services and even tools like Smart Office that helps with teleworking, helps with companies and their employees either on site or off site. So, they're big partner with businesses as well as the communities they're in, like here in Peachtree Corners. They're involved with Curiosity Lab at Peachtree Corners, with the city, with a lot of organizations like Atlanta Tech Park. They've been a sponsor of the Cyber Health Tech event that just recently happened. So they're involved in the community. They're not the cable guy. They're the company that provides real good service to you, and they are right in your community. So check them out, hargrayfiber.com or hargray.com/business, and you'll be able to see what they can do for you. And that's our lead
Fabulous.
sponsor.
Fabulous. Well, fiber optics and everyone that's doing all this homeschooling, and even as we're broadcasting virtually, it's becoming a critical part of everybody's life. So please do check out our Grace Fiber if you need fiber optic and internet service in the Petrie Corner and surrounding areas. Today, we're continuing in our series talking to local business owners that are reopened. They're in operating their businesses and being successful in navigating, keeping people safe, yet still providing the services that they can. And today, we're honored to have as our guest Dr. Shyn, the owner of Link Dental Care, right here in Petrie Corners in Gwinnett County. And he'll talk to us a little bit about how he's been navigating his business and his team and his client through the COVID-19 pandemic, from before when it happened and through the reopening, and how it's keeping people safe and just being a small business owner in a community, helping us serve the clients. Thank you, Dr. Shyn. Why don't you start off by introducing yourself to everyone?
Yeah, absolutely. Before I say anything, I want to say, Rico, it's an honor to be on a podcast with our very own Joe Rogan of Peachtree Corners.
Yeah, I only wish.
Yeah, but my name is Aristo Shyn. I'm the owner of Link Dental Care in Peachtree Corners. We're currently in our 8th year of business, and we offer comprehensive dentistry to our patients, meaning that we're ready for your routine dental cleaning and fillings, all the way to more involved procedures having to do with cosmetic or implant dentistry. As far as a little bit about myself, I was born in Kansas City, Missouri, grew up in Alaska pursuing a golf career, and then moved to Florida to finish my dental training. So luckily, my dentistry turned out better than my short game, and I've been in Georgia since 2012. And as it says on my bio on the website, I am very happy to be away from grizzly bears and hurricanes.
That's fabulous. So, since you came to Georgia, what made you think of opening a practice here in the Petrie Corner area of Georgia?
Well, I was looking to go into private practice in the Metro Atlanta area. I kind of lucked out, ending up in Peachtree Corners. It turned out to be a good move. I love the area, and for me personally, I had to get out of corporate dentistry and start my own private practice.
Oh. What are some of the things that you've enjoyed about private practice? Things that have been that you've liked about that?
Well, you have autonomy. You're able to offer your own set of standards and define your standard of care. Um, and it does come with responsibilities and some stress, as I think all business owners experience this year. But for me, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, that's fabulous. I find that with a lot of small business owners, there is a freedom and it's also fulfilling because you could be more connected into your community very often here locally when you're small business owners. And I think a lot of people like that, to being able to support small businesses. Well, this year has been a really tough year for small business owners. But I'm curious, when did you first hear about COVID-19? And what were your first thoughts when you started hearing about it and how it might impact you and your clients and your business?
Well, I mean, this year is a bit of a blur, but I think we first heard about it. I first heard about it early in the year, maybe January, February, and I didn't really put much, thought into it. And then it became a very real situation very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I think we're, still on a roller coaster. I'm not sure if this ride is over yet. But overall, I'm very thankful to be working. Thankful to have a staff so well prepared, and very thankful to our patients who have been some of the most loyal people you can ask for.
I've got several family members that work in healthcare and hospitals and different. And I remember early on, there was a lot of guidance through the CDC and other public health services to help them be prepared to protect themselves and their clients. I was wondering, what were some of the things as you started to learn about it that you had to do differently to keep yourself and your employees safe as well as your clients?
Well, we've expanded on protocols that we've already had in place. I mean, us being a healthcare setting, a medical setting, we were already familiar with OSHA guidelines. But in addition to that, we have modified how patients check in. For example, parking lot is the new reception room, and we've taken out most of the chairs in our reception area. We've taken out all magazines. We've taken temperatures for everyone that's walked in. We have sneeze guards in the reception area. We have I forget how many air purifiers we've installed, but we've installed a bunch of them. We've been monitoring how many people are in the practice at one time. So we've set a cap on maximum capacity. We've installed high-speed suction systems and all additional high-speed suction systems in all operatories. Disinfectants all over the place, and obviously the PPE that everyone's talking about. We lucked out a little bit with PPE, so I think I'm pretty sure I left out a few items, but that's that's what's been happening.
Just for transparency's sake, I am a patient of Dr. Shyn's, just recent. Although my family has been going to Dr. Shyn for a little while. So I can attest to some of the things that Dr. Shyn is saying. So I walk in, I have to call, before I even come in, I get temperature checked. And the staff is there to be able to make you feel comfortable. And I certainly felt that. And certainly Dr. Shyn has made me feel comfortable there as well. So I think you're doing the right thing. I certainly saw a big difference between, a normal pre-COVID dental practice and then the post-COVID dental practice, and all the safety precautions. So the air purifiers were the biggest thing that stood out to me, along with the N95s and the other stuff that everyone has to wear in the medical profession. So
I'm curious about some of the challenges that you face besides having to implement more safety procedures. What about for clients' behaviors, communication? What have been some of the challenges getting people comfortable with rescheduling their appointments and starting to meet probably what you might have experienced some pent-up demand?
Sure. Well, we had, I think we had two phases of challenges. The first one was during the actual, we were shut down for almost 2 months. That we had that phase, and then we had the challenge of, yeah, getting everyone caught up and, scheduled after we reopened. So, I mean, during the shutdown phase, um, you know, I was really focused on what's going to happen with my staff, my existing patients, and how we're going to deal with dental emergencies. And we always kept the phone lines open, even during the shutdown. I kept in touch with my staff. We kept in touch with our patients, whether that was over the phones or through emails. And I think we did pretty good accommodating dental emergencies during that phase. It wasn't easy, but we don't take dental emergencies lightly. And another thing that I did during the shutdown was I actually did virtual and telephone consultations for anyone who had a dental emergency or dental question, and I even gave out my contact information to the Norcross Cooperative Ministry and even our local church. So that was a pretty cool thing, and we didn't take a penny for that, obviously. After reopening, we expanded hours. We expanded staff. We expanded hours, and now we've been pretty much as busy as ever.
Gotcha. I'm curious. Sometimes when you go through something like that, and most people have never experienced an event like this, but you do the best you can with the information and the resources provided you, both local level, government level, etc. Looking back in hindsight, you could play armchair quarterback. Are there things you think you saw other businesses doing, or you might have considered that if you knew what you knew now, you could have done quicker, better before to kind of prepare if something were to happen in the future? Any learnings from that?
Besides picking up more PPE before this whole
Yeah, toilet paper and PPE.
honestly, given what we had to deal with, how all of us got blindsided, I don't know if there's a whole lot I do differently. I think our team pulled through and did a decent job in handling this.
What about the flip side? What do you think? This sometimes through things like this, it creates opportunity in multiple levels. Are there anything that you think that went right, and either during and now looking forward, what are some of the things you think might have helped both the business, your clients, your staff?
Well, I want to say that I think it's so important for people to have confidence in you, whether that's your own staff or the patients. And I'm not talking about just dental treatment, but during these times, they need to have confidence in you that they're safe, that you're being transparent. And I mean, a lot of these can apply, I think, to us, not just during this period, but during all times. But right now, I think it's more important than ever. And people having trust and confidence in me, it's not a responsibility that I take lightly.
Yeah. I think you're hitting on something really key there. When we collectively go through times like 2020, um, coming together as a community, both business community and the local community is really important. And it's time like that where you could actually build more trust because people need each other and people are trying to find ways to help. And I've been so impressed what the local community has done. Food through the schools, providing food for kids, people helping with learning. I see pod groups of students now where with distant learning, people are helping each other. You're seeing drop-offs happening at neighbors' houses. But even as you think about it in your practice and so on, it's it's figuring out ways to communicate with folks and help continue to build the trust when people are uncomfortable. I'm curious, if somebody was really still uncomfortable with going to get health care, dental or others, any advice you have for people that might at home still be really comfortable? They may feel that they're more vulnerable than others. Is there any advice you can give to those folks? And as far as that they're trying to make that decision on seeking help and care and doing some of the things like going to their dentist, eye doctor,